Good Vibes Only podcast.
Check it now at the podcast, man. Good vibes on. Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't.
Who has the last say?
I think we should leave that for the fans because none of us have the last say. I remember one time your mom heard us with a dialogue, and it's not an argument. Just me, it wasn't an argument.
Mommy,
It was.
you remember that time?
It was a dialogue, right?
About entertainment, funny enough. And you know what? Outside parties would hear us and think that we're arguing.
Yeah.
But we're not. We're just passionate about whatever stance we take.
On our belief, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and sometimes we have to disagree to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And move forward and move past that. So which is hilarious, you know?
So the last say kind of tricky. I think you'll have to look into it and see if it makes sense.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Because if you know it is something very important, and a lot of times, Zoe will want to stick up because she's just always that. She always on defense, you know.
He too. And I think that's what we like about each other, because I don't take what he says at face value, and he doesn't take what I say at face value.
Sometimes I'm right.
Sometimes I'm right. See?
Right. All right.
Case in point.
So what's the last say? Let the fans answer that, and fans put beneath, say I have the last say. You know,
yeah.
What have the last say?
I think the situation would have to vary. Like, is it the last say on discipline? Is it the last say on finances? If you would have to weigh the situation and be like, is it worth me saying something else or getting the last say, or squash this and move on to something else? So
right. You have a lot of people love to walk away from stuff. They rather not say anything. They rather walk away. How can your partner understand you if you walk away?
Or not say anything.
Or
want them to read your mind.
Saying something is not going to be the last say. It depends on the person who is supposed to respond to what you say.
Yeah.
Will make it the last say.
Yeah.
So how can you know what you say will be the last say if you don't say it?
Right. And it's different if you know that you're a person that can't respond in the moment. Right. But you can actually be like, hey, I'm not, which you have multiple times, but I sometimes push back on that, and it's something that I'm working on. But you would be like, I don't want to talk about this right now.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, why not? Because I want to talk and get this resolved like now, and not
go about it the next day.
Yeah, and not go to bed angry, because me used to carry grudge, and me can be petty, and him can be petty. So yeah, which it comes with growth. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Wow, that's crazy. In a relationship, we know discipline.
When it comes to disciplining your kids,
get your mix up right now, right? Disciplinary action.
Or disciplinarian. I think that's a word.
Make them comment.
Yeah.
Who take that? You think
who takes that role?
Who take that role? So you think, guys, you think you're the one that I had a friend. He said his dad never yet disciplined him. Never. It was always his mom. Always his mom. I've never heard that. He's Jamaican. I've never heard something like that before, where the dad don't disciplinary. In a Jamaican culture, I think if they are both parent in a relationship,
in the household, because then you have to account for that.
The father normally be that one. But
I got discipline from both parents.
Right, because no, if it's a stay-at-home mom, right, she will at hand be with the child more.
But even if it's not, because both my parents worked, but whenever something happened, you know, whoever come home first.
Discipline.
Yeah, sometimes you get discipline from both. Maybe, you get a little from one, and then you get a stern talking from the next one, or you get a stern talking from, your mom, and then, an actual.
So do you think it's the one that's running the house should do the discipline?
No, I think, you know what? Because then that makes a good cop, bad cop. So if me and you is in the household,
right,
and we should know how we're gonna discipline the child, what goes, and want. So we can speak about punishment and them something there.
Right.
Agree on it and keep firm. So
Okay.
if one parent just lax and not keeping up with the expectation that we have for the kids,
Yeah.
it's gonna make it difficult. And then one person come the bad cop and the next person is the good cop, and you don't really want that.
So both should do it.
Yes. Some people don't want to, but you have to.
Yeah.
And it's unfair to just leave it up to one person, because then one person gonna feel like I'm the bad person, because every time it comes down to it, I have to be the firm hand.
Right.
So
In like dates and stuff like that, who you think should plan
I think either of us could plan.
for dates?
Yeah, I've
A
planned
lot
some.
of I mean, I think the percentage of man planning
Do it more,
dates-
because societal expectation, people pushes men, since I'm talking about heterosexual relationships. So man do most of the planning sometimes, but I've known from me and some of my friends, we're very forthcoming,
Yeah.
and we plan dates and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've done a couple dates planned before.
Yeah.
Not really the type to plan, but I think
So how did you feel when I planned some of them?
ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always ready to go. For most of the man, I remember it's kind of funny because I remember telling you this, that the Jamaican dating in Jamaica is
Yes,
totally different.
because we
from
had
here.
this whole discussion about,
Yeah.
you know, you saying that dating for Jamaicans is way different from dating in
Yeah.
America.
KFC, I don't know the thing of
Oh my God.
look at
See,
Caesar or something. Yeah.
that's not dating. That's
It is.
hooking up. That's one night.
Yeah, but nothing might not. Hey, nothing might happen after the KFC.
I don't want to be judgmental, but at the same time, we're gonna get into the trap of thinking that yes, because you bought her some food, but yet sometimes you can buy her a rose if roses is our thing. Sometimes you can carry her go up garden, go to the zoo. Sometimes you can carry her down a waterfront, go look pond water or something. You can date your partner. That's why some relationship goes south, because you get into a rut and don't do nothing for your partner.
But I think you have to know the person inside before you know the outside fully. You have to go inside first.
No pun intended.
All right. So I think it makes sense. So let me ask you.
Nah, I think that's so backwards though.
Backwards. It's kind of backwards, but it helps because a lot of people like to go around this conversation where they think, hey, I don't like. They probably think like, hey, you know,
I think-
you need to get the person. You need to get to know the person, but getting to know the person, how mentally,
It could be a full-
physically,
yes.
like how,
Yes.
emotionally.
All right, we're not gonna judge people that decide to, you know, buy your meal and you do whatever afterwards. No judgment there, because that's what you decide to do.
Yeah.
But I feel like if somebody respectfully says, you know, I'm into dating, you know, seeing what you are on the social front, like what if you're awkward? What if you don't like the things that I like to do? For instance, if I'm a person that loves to travel, like this weekend, I'm at this hotel, this weekend, you know, I'm at this, so, you know, I'm a socialite and doing all of those things,
right.
that's a part of my lifestyle. That's stuff that I like to do. What if you don't like doing those stuff?
That's
So a part of the dating and going out, dates doesn't have to be at a restaurant. You can literally go paintball shooting or go driving or painting or, you know, take turns doing stuff that you like. I feel like you get to know the person and see the person enjoying different things. Like,
right.
that's how it go. Should go.
From my uptown peeps, up Skyline, up at the top. Yeah, them know
Only
why
can
I
be
talk about.
honest. Cause anyways.
That's why I carry guys Skyline, babe. Skyline is a nice view place. I remember one time they were saying there's a lot of criminal up there, so it's this area above
Where you can go
It's about-
hiking,
you can hike if you want. Trust
like
me,
catch
sir.
the
It's a-
sunrise and stuff.
It's a turbo walk from the city limit up steep hill going up, but you can see over
Oh,
Poppy in Mona,
Blue
Kingston.
Mountain?
No, it's not Blue Mountain, man.
Oh,
It's like right above, like it's off Garden Town Road.
okay.
Oh,
Even that would be
All
cool.
right.
A nature
All right.
walk or something.
let me tell you. So you know on your way up to Jocks Hill where we
Yeah.
talk on the Terrace Road.
I don't know exactly
All right,
where.
there's a 3-way on your way going up to
Jocks Hill.
such person. Yeah, the right would bring you back up to there.
Okay.
So
it's like a little lookout area.
It's a lookout. That's exactly what it named. Lookout.
Okay.
The community in front of it named Lookout. So from Lookout you go up and then you look over the city and all of that. So like that's a nice date spot too.
Oh yeah. Like I'm not saying that you have to spend money. There's this big thing where people did say, "Oh, you have to drop 80 grand per me."
Alright, so what so hold on. So you know, as we said, the Jamaican stuff is different.
Yeah, that would be a whole
so
nother.
what if the guy pull up in his car and decide to, hey, come outside, dress in your nice skirt, we're gonna sit in my car and have a conversation. I brought food. Is that considered a date?
Yeah.
It is.
But again, to some people, you want me to get this fly and sit in the car?
What's wrong with that?
I said for some, they're gonna be like, you want me to get this fly and sit in the car, you know?
Right.
But that's literally you make the time. You
Is the
date
bonding,
how
you think it's the bonding or the outgoing for a date?
the bonding. For some people, they just like to go out and visit different places. That's them.
Right.
But I think like the bond is important. But like now, if every time you don't want to go nowhere with me in public,
She
I'm gonna
ugly.
be suspect. Like the fuck?
She ugly.
Excuse my language. Sorry.
Would you like the male to take control of the dating? Like, again, we're in this gender role thing, but
Yeah.
who likes who being in charge when it comes to dating?
This is gonna sound so cliche, but I like spontaneous dates, but I want to also do spontaneous things too. Like,
Okay.
not, like plan a date and be like, babes, like, get dressed or I want to do this because I buy the ticket for go here. So,
Okay.
like,
Man.
before I was like, I bought tickets for bowling on Groupon. Let's go. And then we even went with our moms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Quadruple date.
and then like I made the plan for our birthday. What? Last year? The year before?
COVID.
Yeah, the year before.
I don't make plans. I don't.
Yeah, but how did you feel knowing that I made those plans? We had a good time.
I agree. I come to an agreement with you first, because a lot of you come up with a lot of opinions a lot of time, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm not an outgoing person.
But I'm not really either.
I know.
So
I'm not. I'm sorry. Boring.
As
Right.
I said, it's whatever floats your boat. You do. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So all right. We're still under
Gender role.
Gender role. Who run the town? Who's gonna run the town? In a new position or play, right? Who decided, or who picks the area of something like that?
Oh, so like if we're moving to a new area or whatever,
Yeah.
and say you want to move in together or something, it'd
Yeah.
be like who makes the play. I think it has to be a decision between both, because then
Right.
we have to consider where we work. If kids involved, where school, what school they're going to. Is it close enough to transportation? Like if we had to take transportation, even though we're gonna drive. So I feel like it comes into what is gonna affect the family.
Okay, that's a joint decision.
Yeah, but who knows?
Most of the time, who
What
do you
if you
think
have
just
a
get
most
up and be like, hey, let's move?
Convincing.
Yeah, who decide like, hey, let's move? Like, who does that? Who more
But what-
to say that? Is it the wife or the husband?
Right, but what if, you just not get up one day, you'd be like, you're surprising the family, and you'd be like, I bought a house. You think
Would you accept that?
in some ways I would want to be a part of the decision, but then in some ways I have to trust that you can make good decisions
On your own?
without my input at that time. But I would feel some type of way, because then I'd be
Yeah.
like, you not even did tell me, but then it come off ungrateful.
But
Comment
but
in the
if it's-
section
yeah,
if it comes
flip-
out.
If that was flipped, if it was you that buy a house and me not knowing, that would definitely be a problem. And I know that would be a problem for the man out there. Listen, if as a man you the one, let's say paying rent or whichever.
But what if I make more money and I decide to buy the house?
That's what I'm saying. It's not about the money.
Okay.
It's the decision.
Yeah.
Because to my fellow, right? Listen, you're out there, right? And just one day your wife just happened to show up and be like, hey,
But
I got
it's
this new
happened to
house.
people, and they just
it
accept
happened.
it.
But it's gonna be a problem. For some reason, I think for the man, it's gonna feel like his underwear is
Your
not
ego-
fully drawn up.
Your ego is gonna be bruised. I feel like
Yeah.
for most of y'all, your ego is gonna be bruised.
So-
But for some women, they're just probably just grateful, that their partner decided like, oh, I got us a house,
Yeah.
type of thing. But
I think it's
This-
definitely gonna be.
but this one should be interesting. Who
Yeah.
apologizes first?
Oh, apologize. The person that's wrong should apologize first. It's not the male nor the female. A lot of
Okay.
man think say yo apologizing is not a man thing.
Tell them, babes.
All right. So apologizing, you guys need to learn to make that normal.
So have you ever apologized even though you were not wrong? Like,
If I was wrong, you mean if I was wrong, if I ever had to apologize? If I ever apologize even though I wasn't wrong?
you
Hell
just
no.
apologize first. That's what, yeah, 'cause you petty as shit.
Hey, why would I do that? I mean, I need to get
So
that
you've never
apology
been
out
the
of you.
bigger person.
I've been there. I've always been the bigger person.
How?
In a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but not in apologizing, because you just said, I'm not going to apologize for nothing if I'm not wrong. So
Right.
what I'm saying,
So let me say. So let's look at it this way. I can use a lot of example, but let me choose this one. You come in the room and smack me across my head, right? Smack me, fam. Right? And man's just to take that. And then say, oh,
that's,
babe, I know you didn't mean it. You know what? I'm sorry. Listen how stupid that sound.
I
sorry.
don't, yo, guys, that example does not.
It's weird because it just sounds stupid.
Alright,
I can't find.
alright,
no
so look
sensible
at this then.
explanation.
Alright, both.
Example.
Alright, I got you. It's a situation where both did something that was either offensive or wrong towards the other. So two wrong. In a situation, a two wrong. Have you ever apologized first in that situation?
Apologize for my wrong. I will apologize for my wrong.
You see how I'm,
No, because the 50-50 split now mean you need to own your off,
right?
and I need to
But
own
that's
my
not
off.
what I was asking. I was just asking, like, will you apologize for your part, and then in hopes me apologize to mine?
Yes, I would have done that. But you said if I would apologize for something that like I didn't do, like if it
Right.
was a relationship problem
Yeah.
that was caused. But let's say most of the thing was aiming towards you. Like should me point over this and I'm point over here. So you like I shouldn't apologize for that. I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think apologizing in a relationship needs to be norm. There's a lot
Yes,
of
and
stuff
parents
that can
too. That's another
Parents, yeah.
thing. But I do. So all right. After our argument or whatever, who make up back first? Me know me.
You?
Cause me not like stay angry for too long.
Yeah,
Me can't hold grudge, When me want hold grudge, but And all the time I want to do that.
You mean you can't do without me? Watch it. Can't go to bed with me, mad. So people, all right. No, let me ask this question too. If you and your partner, and I'm going to inject this, right? Let's say the last time we had sex was like Wednesday, and today is Monday, and the argument span just like that Monday night when you had planned to do something, fam, right?
Oh,
So let me ask you now, for the man them out there, right? Would you, and not only because you want that, but let me just use it. If an argument erupt right before that, because now we are gonna see now. Would you, in an argument erupt, would you apologize and try to make up to your wife? And I want to use the example that we just talked about. Even though you know you weren't right. You weren't wrong in this situation. Sorry, if you weren't wrong in this situation, but you know you need to make things right. Would you apologize?
This is interesting.
40.
So what you would say?
What me say?
Yeah.
Because you know me apologize. And I say now for ask Christ, me apologize. Alright? I will apologize. Me I making them know that straight. Me apologize. Me I fix things. Would you, if I did you want
Yeah.
you would apologize?
Yeah. And then after me get
Ladies don't apologize properly. They will come and kiss and rub the guy down, but do not apologize.
I lie, man. Me tell you sorry. Me actually said, babes, sorry. Me never mean it.
You'll be like, babe, sorry. You say it barely, and then you start.
No, for real.
I need to hear it loud. I feel like Chris is supposed to can stay around of him cut and hear.
But you no love say sorry neither. You say it, but at the same way.
God make man first.
You see what I talk about? Him say him not traditional, but him a bring up that. You saw him stay.
My brother say, you must use the Bible as guidance.
This is the only time he's gonna use that as an excuse, but I guess we have to be more forthcoming and be like, you know what? I'm sorry, I messed up, I was wrong.
Yeah, I think
say it loud and strong.
Note, we need to start normalize apologizing. Hey,
yeah.
I'm not a what I'm calling therapy.
Therapist? Nah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm on my way to getting my license.
Yeah, but
hey, but I got more background.
You think you're able to give relationship advice, or you don't want to take on something like that?
I can, but I wouldn't want not yet at least.
Yeah.
Because then I don't want to hear that
your advice did this.
Yes. Now I hope I give you wisdom to think about some stuff, and you may take some of the stuff that we say, as advice or a little gem or something. So I hope
can take
how we not talk for now.
2 cents out of it or 1 cent. Damn, yeah. To me, like I want to emphasize on the healthy relationship. I think it can change a lot of stuff. At least if we have one healthy relationship for the top man out there.
And you know what? Things become so much more like streamlined, right?
Yeah.
Because you're enjoying the person and doing it. Honestly, take work.
Yeah.
Because being that, you learn from previous relationships, like what you want, what you don't want, what you would accept and what you don't accept. And sometimes it takes, interacting with other people to realize some of the stuff that you do. And then you do the self-work.
Right.
Because there's a few things that you brought up about me. Be like, you know what? You're right. Maybe we need to retract that and start doing this X, Y, and Z. And of course, like, he could say some things that I've mentioned that he'd be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I've credited him a lot of time for stuff that he's helped me discover or stand in my truth. So,
babe,
hey.
I mean, are you going to tell him that I help you with your masters too?
Yes. the support system. Listen.
Never been to college before and all of that.
Yeah, but the late nights and
But Brad,
come pick me up and them something there and give me
Brad,
encouragement. And you know what? It's so good when you have somebody to share your process with, and like you get a good grade in a class, and your partner for hype you up.
Right.
Hype you up, broadcast your thing and make you know say yeah do. Yeah. And it make you feel good to be like.
Yeah, make me feel good. I even when I was at graduation. I was at your graduation, yeah.
So seeing your partner accomplish what they set out to, that's huge to me. You being at my graduation, like my family and everything, but you, like that's huge. That's hella huge.